Question?
Coach, injuries starting to kind of maybe become an issue for you guys on that side of the ball with losing Jade and losing Josh the week prior to that. Did you just go about coaching the guys that you have behind them, or looking at some other guys that might be able to have their skill set?
Absolutely. You just start coaching up the guys that's been behind them. And we know in this game of football that's part of the game, and you got to always be ready. So other guys get opportunities, and when you get an opportunity, you get a chance to show what you can really do. So we got some guys that will step up and get the job done.
Coach, how big was Cyrus's interception, and are you proud for the defense for coming up with some timely stops there?
Oh, very big. It was huge. It was huge. That was a big-time play for our guys to battling through adversity, and him making that play. That was a huge play that he made, and really happy for him as well. But it was a big-time play for our team.
You mentioned battling through adversity. I guess what can that do maybe going forward that you guys were able to have success when adversity hit? Now
to have confidence in those situations. If we get to those situations again, somebody needs to step up and make a play. We've been talking about it for a while now, and it finally happened. And so now there's confidence that, hey, somebody's going to step up and make a play. And making a play is just doing your job. And he was doing his job and made a play.
The improvement against the run, especially the last 2 weeks against mobile quarterbacks, what do you think has been the biggest difference?
We simplified it to the point where everybody can just dominate their gaps. Everybody understand where their gaps are, where their fits are, and they can dominate their gaps, and that's what guys have been doing.
Marvin's a guy that other teams have to specifically game plan for. With that said, how is he still able to have such a consistent impact each and every game like that?
Because he's relentless, and he has some other guys around him that are really good football players. But he is playing relentless football right now. He and Corey Durden, not to just single out some guys, but they're playing relentless inside, man. Big fellas that can move and run and just play like that, play as hard as they've been playing. That gives them a chance to be successful.
Coach, Janarius looked like he had his best game of the season Saturday. Can you talk a little bit about his development in the system?
Another guy that is playing relentless at times. Janarius is all about consistency, and he's been hearing it from us for a while now. But he's one of those guys that he's a special talent, and if he continues to come along and be consistent in everything that he does on a daily basis, he'll have a heck of a season.
It looked like on NC State's Louisville's last possession, in there, and then he went back in for the last play. They couldn't win. There was no 10-point play or 11-point play. Why?
And I said something to him about that. I said, man, keep going. I know you're tired. But let's go and finish the thing out. And so that's what that was about. But have encouraged him to keep pushing through, even in those points in time.
How rare is it for a guy his size to be able to play for the snap?
It's rare. It's rare. I mean, because he's giving you everything that he has. He's all in, and you love to see that. And so being a captain, that's truly not only verbally but by example, he's showing guys how to play the game and be a real captain.
You mentioned Marvin Corey. I mean, Robert Cooper's not a guy, he's having like the statistical impact, but he's having the impact of the game. Just how much attention does he demand, and how much does that help?
He demands a lot of attention. He's a really, really good football player. He got himself in the best shape of his life, at least since he's been here, and he's been playing that way. Very impactful for our defense.
Coach, usually when we think about pressure, we think of edge rushers, but Corey Durden and Mark Wilson are getting back there a ton. I guess how are they going about doing that?
They're so strong, man, and athletic, and they can run. So and when they can do that, especially against interior linemen, which normally are not as athletic as your tackles, those guys are athletic, strong, physical, and relentless, and that's why they're being able to do what they're doing.
You guys have been pretty successful against the run the last couple of weeks. How does that change things for you guys overall when you're able to keep the run pretty much under contained?
Well, that's the first goal of every defense in the country. High school, college, pro, pee-wee. You got to stop the run. That's number one. And it's never changing now. On offense, they want to be able to run the football. So how does it change it? It actually simplifies the offense in a lot of ways to being, more of a passing type offense, and you put in them situations that they don't want to be in, because everybody wants to run the football. And so stopping the run is the number one goal, and our guys have been really working to get better at it by being in their gaps, doing what they're supposed to do, and fundamentally just getting it done.
You talk about simplifying has helped you guys become more successful out there. Are you using different terminology with the guys, or just giving them less to worry about?
Less to even think about. Not different terminology, and not as many plays, and not as different. Because sometimes when you move your front, and there's some things we like to move our front with. Don't get me wrong, but you can't do so many of them that now this gap changed. Now this became my gap. You know what I mean? So you're doing some things that allows them to understand where to be at all times. I would say it that way.
Coach, it looked like the inside linebackers had their best, as far as the group, had their best game. Can you talk a little bit about the move from Leonard inside and how he transitioned? And then Jaleel McRae seems like he's going to be a really good player.
Yeah. Leonard is comfortable in there. That's where he played all last year. That's what he is, an inside backer. And like you said, Jaleel's a really good football player. He's smart. He understands, and he loves it. He loves it. They both do, really. And they're going to push one another for these next couple of years or so because they're both really good football players.
I think Brendan Gant was somebody that we saw maybe with some of the outside linebackers yesterday. Is that something that's an easy transition for him, or has he not learned as much about the defensive back position that it's not?
It's an easy transition for him because he's such a smart football player, and he understands he's a physical football player. And, you know, that star position where you saw him working at a little bit yesterday is like a safety. You know, it's like an old school strong safety. And so he's natural at it, and he does a good job. Just, you know, seeing him with all options that we may have.
Do you guys have that sort of flexibility and versatility to, like, I guess people think of certain body types that have to play certain positions. Do you have that kind of, I guess, versatility with your linebackers and in the scheme that they can kind of be interchangeable?
A little bit, we do. And obviously you want to still continue to recruit towards that. But yeah, I feel like we do, and guys are doing a good job.
NC State, what do you see out of them, Coach, that kind of keeps you up at night?
First of all, another quarterback that's a mobile quarterback. He can throw it as well, and they like to run the football. You know, they like to run the football. They got some good receivers, and O-line works well together. So it's another ACC offense, man, that you got to be prepared for, and go out and give it your all. So each week you better come ready to go. I don't care who it is. And so this is another team that, you know, poses a problem for us, and we're going to be ready to go out and try to solve it.
Are the younger defensive linemen getting to the point where you can rest the starters a little bit?
Yeah, they're coming. They're coming. Obviously, Coach Odell does a fantastic job with those guys, getting them prepared. So they are coming to where you can see a couple other guys get out there to be able to rest Marvin and Corey. Cool.
Having faced mobile quarterbacks the last couple of weeks, what has that shown that you guys really need to kind of key in going into this one?
Understanding that, you know, these guys are not where you're going to go and just run full speed and try to make a tackle on these guys. You got to be under control when you're going after them, so you can get them on the ground. The main thing is they don't get out the pocket and extend plays with their feet. So you got to come in as a controlled rusher, if that makes sense, and make sure you can get them on the ground.
What kind of confidence do you guys have as a staff now when you're seeing the players being confident in executing what you're asking?
Well, it starts with us, I think. So we always have to be confident. We always got to believe, and we do. Nobody's lost any belief or confidence in the guys. They feel it from us, and then they go out and execute it on the field.
You said, you know, with the run game, you know, being stopped, that puts pressure on them to become passing teams. What have you seen from the secondary so far?
From our secondary so far? Yeah. Understanding that those situations are going to occur now. So now let's lock in on what we need to do as far as all the techniques and adjustments that we need to make to understand how they're attacking us. So they've been doing that, putting in the extra work, understanding what routes the receivers like to run in certain situations, and we should start seeing improvement in that area as well.
Hamsel will be good to go. I think Coach Taggart said. Was that discipline, or was that performance?
No. It's a lower body injury. Yeah.
All right.